What's up, Soul Squad? What's up, Soul Squad? Yes, this is me, Soul T. Y'all, I am back. Okay, it's been a while, but you saw the thumbnail. So, I was having a craving for Checkers brisket barbecue cheeseburger. But they don't make it anymore. I think it was a limited time offer or something. But I was telling my son, I don't have a brisket because brisket's too expensive. But what I do have is chuck roast. And I love barbecue sauce on my chuck roast. So I said, you know what? We're going to start making food at home because we don't always got to go out, right? So sit back and relax, enjoy the video, and that's all I'm telling you guys. Introduce y'all to this, let y'all know I've been sick. What I'm trying to do. They didn't bring my hamburger buns. They didn't bring the substitute hamburger buns. So we're doing it with the country style bread that I make my French toast with. Which my son say it may be better anyway because it could support what I'm trying to do. But that's neither here nor there. We ain't grow up having hamburgers and hamburger rub buns. We grew up, if you had a hamburger, honey, we using the white bread that was there. If you had a hot dog, we using the white bread that was there. These days, everybody want a hot dog for a hot dog bun, a hamburger for a hamburger bun, but we ain't doing this that way. This ain't that type of video. So sit back and relax, enjoy this video, and I hope you guys decide to make this for your family at home. Let's go to the kitchen. Okay. I got a boneless chuck roast. And I got this onion. Here y'all see? Let's cut this onion up. Make a fast bag. Okay, y'all. My background was just too loud. Yeah, see that salty ensemble seasoning. Website be available in the next week. I'll keep y'all posted. Y'all go get y'all some seasoning. Okay, so I apologize for the noise in the background, but y'all, this is a big chuck roast, so it took a lot of seasoning. You want to make sure if you don't have silver tea season, you use whatever season that you want to use on your chuck roast. But I only use my seasoning because it just goes good with everything. It's like an all-purpose seasoning. I'm gonna do the front and I'm gonna do the back of this. You got to do both sides, get it nice and seasoned. Yeah, and if you can't get your hand on a brisket, by all means, if you got to do it. Like I said, the restaurant does a brisket. This is a chuck roast. It's all beef to me. And if you get it nice and flavorful, you good to go. Yes, and you're going to need a large onion. But if you're cooking for a lot of people, you could use like 2 large onions. So, because everybody in my house don't, I'm the only one that don't do onions, but I figured this is enough. This is one big, large onion, which was good enough. Everybody loved the sandwich. Yeah, so let me go wash my hands real quick. And we're going to get some water. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm moving slow. But I went to go wash my hands, and I went to go grab a cup of water. Use my measure cup. Now, if you got some beef broth, because I thought I had beef broth, honey, you could have put that beef broth in there instead of the water. Just give it even more and more flavor. But if you don't have the beef broth, you go ahead and do the water. Or if you have like some, the paste, you can add that into your water. The beef paste, add that into your water and mix it up. But either way, I only have water, and I went to Four Corners. I didn't want to pour the water over top of my meat because I didn't want to remove any of the seasoning. So when you're doing this, make sure you add your liquids to the corners. And I'm going to wrap her up with some aluminum foil in the oven on 350 degrees. Y'all, I literally let her cook for 3 hours. I didn't touch her. I didn't go back in the oven. I just placed her in the oven. I knew she had enough liquid. 3 hours. So now I'm going with my hamburger. Okay, so this is an 80-20, 3 pound, but this is not 3 pounds. I think it's like 2.5 pounds or 2 pounds. I cut the burger in half because I didn't need a whole lot of ground beef. So let me wash my hands because we're gonna get an egg, and I'm just using 1 egg for this. And I think out of this I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got like 6 smash burgers from this, and that was all that I needed. Now going in with some seasoning. Again, that's Soulful Tea Unstoppable seasoning. But even though I have all these flavors, I did add, this time I used other seasons like garlic powder, a little extra onion powder, a little extra pepper. Now, because like I said, my season is amazing on its own, but you can always elevate it by mixing in different things that you already use and just make it taste even way better, okay? But yeah, and if I had some complete, I would do some complete in there because that's a very good season as well. But with my seasoning and all these extra seasons and combine it all together, yes, I'm just going to go in with my hands and mix everything up. And then after I mix everything up really well with the egg, if this is like a meatloaf, I would have added some breadcrumbs or something like that. But this ain't a meatloaf. We doing some smash burgers. So if I get her all combined and to get the egg all up in there, I'm going to go ahead and make some little balls, so hamburger balls, so I could do it. Now, you don't have to make these smash burgers, but I was thinking since I'm having all this meat, I didn't want a real thick burger. So right here, I'm just rolling up some large meatballs. You want to say ground beef, roll it up really nice, a nice size. So when I go smash them, they'll spread out, and when they shrink, they'll still be a good size. Because we already know this ground beef, when you cook it, it ain't staying the same size to start out. So I'm gonna do about 4 balls right here, 4 large meatballs, and or ground beef balls, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to do about 4 of them right here. There they go with that music. I just can't win for losing. So even on the voiceover, somebody playing music, but they don't know I'm doing a voiceover because I'm in one room with the door closed and they in another room. So yeah, I hope you guys can hear. I hope you can really hear it. Lord Jesus. All right, there go my 4th ball. Let me go wash my hands, grab my pan. This is the pan right here I'm be using. Now, what I was mad about is that I should have got some parchment paper, but I have a smasher. This is my smasher. But even using this smasher, since it's plastic, I usually still put a piece of parchment paper, but I was all out, so I'm working with what I got. And she did pretty good. So I like to smash it out, make it really, really thin, because even if I didn't use a smasher, I would still smash my hamburgers down, because I'm not a thick burger girl. I don't do thick burgers. I don't like a whole lot of meat. I don't like my burgers really, really thick. But these smashed down really perfect. I love it. Now, I'm just going to sprinkle this a teeny bit season, because as you guys saw, I did season my ground beef. So, you got some people who do not do nothing to their ground beef. And they would just wait until they make their burgers and they sprinkle season on top of the burgers. Then they flip and they sprinkle more season. I love to integrate my flavors into my meat. So I most definitely will season inside the burger first and also season the top. I forgot to record that part. But yeah, I did put some seasoning on top. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Okay, So, so let me just see this right here. So yeah, so y'all look at her. This is my boneless chuck roast. She came out good, and that was my first time taking a paper off. I took it off with you guys, and look at that. It came out so good. And she just peeled. I'm just gonna push the onions to the side because those are the onions, honey, that we're gonna be using. Because those onions I feel with so much flavor, and they cook with that roast. But we're just gonna peel this roast up. Look at it, shred the roast. Yeah, shred your roast up. Just like that, easy. Like I said, this is a nice big piece of roast. It wasn't that big, it wasn't that small, but she cooked for 3 hours, y'all. Don't touch her on 350, and I just let her go. And now I'm just pulling her apart. This is exactly what I want. It came out so tender. Yes, this roast was so tender. Okay, so now we got the burgers right here. So I'll grab your favorite cheese. I just thought that the Swiss cheese combination, I just like when I thought about doing this, I said, you know what? I'm going to do some Swiss cheese, but you could do provolone cheese. I think it should be a white cheese. I don't think it should be a yellow cheese. So you could do pepper jack, you could do provolone, you could do the Swiss, even white American. With this combination, with this, I used to tell people, your kitchen your way, my kitchen my way, but just to get that good flavor, I think it should be a white cheese. So any white cheese, like again, the pepper jack, white cheddar, white American, Swiss, provolone, any of those cheeses on that, I think is a good combination for what we're trying to do here. And so once I put a handful of roast beef right there next to the burgers, I'm going to go grab my favorite barbecue sauce. It may not be y'all's, but my favorite barbecue sauce is Sweet Baby Ray. This is the honey edition. You may have your own. And just squeeze a little, not a lot. Because we're going to also add barbecue sauce to the sandwich. So just stir her up. This is already cooked. Only thing we doing here is heating up the barbecue sauce and adding a piece of cheese on here so it can melt and come together. So like I said, they didn't give me my hamburger rolls, but I showed you guys the bread that I use when I make French toast. It's a real thick bread by Nature's Own. So they bought me 2 loaves of that. So what I did is that I toasted it. You see, I toasted it, and I'm going to add some mayonnaise to it. And mayonnaise is your choice, crab. And y'all know I like doing voiceovers, so if I'm stumbling, I apologize. But it's like, yeah, our background just had too much going on. This is a Wednesday meal, Tuesday. I did this Tuesday. I did this Wednesday. And the day Thursday, you guys getting it today on Thursday. This is Wednesday night dinner. Comment below what you guys made with your Wednesday night dinner. And comment let me know if you guys going to make this. Because you could just do this any type of way, any cheese. And like I said, if you get your hand on a brisket, hey, it may even taste better. But I'm going to tell you one thing. My family love it. They told me, and they ate on that too, like 11 o'clock at night, because I had 6 burgers. And they said, man, it's the best thing you ever made. I'm like, well, okay. So down the mayonnaise, down go the burger, and then look at that. That's the roast beef, or if you could get a brisket, the brisket has some extra meat, and make sure you get all the meat on there. But I'm going to start talking about the brisket because I just didn't have it. This is roast beef. This is a chuck roast. So get you a chuck roast. Cook that thing up because, honey. And yes, my table's clean, so don't worry about that. Look at it. And then we'll take some barbecue sauce. Throw some extra barbecue sauce down just because I can. And yeah. Now, are you guys ready? Remember those onions that I cooked with that roast, and it was all them onions was seasoned. So that this is what I'm about to do. You're gonna get them onions that's in all that juice over there. Them onions is in layers of flavor, and the juice from the beef juice from the roast beef. You ain't got to worry about sauteing onions. It's already there. And we got these breaded butter chip pickles. My family love these pickles. And I'm going to put like 3 of them on here. You can put as many as you want on here, but I'm only going to do 3. I started to do 4, but I say nobody want no 4 pickles. I don't know, whatever. But I put 3 of these breaded chip pickles, whatever the name of these pickles are. Y'all know. These called bread chip pickles or something like that. Yeah. They love them on sandwiches. And they're good. There you go. Y'all, this is it. This is it. This is my barbecue Swiss burger. My barbecue Swiss burger. This is what it looked like. I think it came out perfect. Look at that. Man, I'm telling y'all, make our food at home. We ain't got to. Y'all, he don't want to be on camera, but he in the background tasting the sandwich. Let's listen to the results. I did that. You could do this at home too, y'all. I wish I could show y'all his face. He don't want to be on camera. He get on my nerves. Look at the cheese pool and the onions. Alright, y'all.
I'm out of smacker, y'all.
Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell to be notified. Until my next video, I'm not going to stay away this long.